Expressing solidarity has meant fundraising and volunteering with my local abortion funds to help people overcome financial and logistical barriers to abortion access. It has meant sharing my own abortion story so that everyone who has made this personal decision, often a parenting decision, know that they are loved and they're not alone. Since my first feminist socialist working group meeting almost 3 years ago, the same impetus to grow community based on radical compassion has carried me through local disaster relief and electoral campaigns, and there's no stopping now. If there remained any doubt that socialism is the path to the self-determination that we demand and deserve, I also saw my comrades around the country raise $137,000 for the Abortion Access Bowl-a-thon earlier this year.
I'm representing the U.S. campaign for the Palestinian human rights. And for me to know that we are at a point where 2 Palestinian women are going to be speaking on the same stage, and there's no tokenization, appropriation, that this is about real solidarity, and to know that someone like Linda goes beyond work for Palestine, for Muslims, but she represents solidarity. U.S. campaign for Palestinian human rights. We understand that only when we uplift and center connections between the struggle for Palestinian rights, the struggles for indigenous, Black, and brown communities, and other marginalized groups impacted by U.S. policies, both within and outside U.S. borders, we all will rise. We all will be free of persecution, and we will all finally breathe liberation. There is a global divide between those who believe in freedom and equality for all and those who justify racial and religious supremacy. While every struggle for freedom from Palestine to the U.S. is unique, it is our values that bring us together. That is solidarity. Right-wing, repressive, anti-democratic governments are rising around the globe, from the Trump administrations in the United States to the governments of president in Brazil, in Israel, and in the Philippines. Since Donald Trump came to power, his administration has charted out the most racist path for the future, denying people who are Black, brown, Muslim, immigrant, refugee, LGBTQ, and our women their rights to live in safety and freedom. Y'all, yes, these are debilitating times.
I sing the Internationale, which is the, supposedly you guys have, if you can take a look at your lyric sheets, in the chorus, which is starts the third one down, there is a his pronoun. We're gonna use they, so try to keep that in mind, okay? And just a little bit about this song. It's been like the anthem of the international working class since the 19th century. Socialists, communists, anarchists, democratic socialists, everyone has been singing this song, and so when we all rise together, which is what we're gonna ask you to do, we are evoking that history and reaffirming our commitment to the international working class struggle.
Good evening, sisters, brothers, and non-binary siblings. My name is Cecily Meyer Cruz, and I am United Teachers Los Angeles NEA Vice President. Now, I see teaching as a revolutionary act, just the way I see organizing. It's hard, it's messy, and sometimes it can be too much. But you can never allow fear to win. We must engage folks to take action in different ways. And we must make every work site an anti-racist one. So when I say Black Lives Matter, it doesn't discount anyone else's life. I say that because of the most marginalized folks that are being attacked in the workplace and outside this very moment. That means that we've got to connect in different ways with people of color, with women of color, and gender non-conforming. We must have them centering our work to move our organizations forward. We are looking for co-conspirators and accomplices in this struggle. And as far as our youth, they are not the future. They are the present. And we need to wrap our arms around them because they are leading in this moment. We must walk alongside them. They are watching us, and it is up to us to change where we are, to engage with them in a way that shakes the very foundation of our nation. This isn't a moment, this is a movement. This is not a sprint, but a marathon. The time is now to lead, to act boldly, and to be unapologetic in our quest for building power and complete liberation of our people. Solidarity.
That's our sword.
What up, DSA? DSA, but about the most broken and marginalized and hurt people in this country who are counting on you to get your shit straight so we can get our country straight. I want to dare you, DSA, to remember that you live in a country where there is fascism, full-blown fascism is happening around us. And if you don't see that, then we got problems. You are living in a country where we are literally stripping babies from the mothers of the arms of their mothers. We're literally caging children that have no adequate food or medical care. We literally are stripping children where we don't even know if they're ever going to be reunited with their families. You live in a country that has stripped 23 million people of health care. And every day somebody's trying some way to strip the rest of us with health care and want to ban or block others from even ever trying to get health care. You live in a country who's literally every day trying to find different ways to strip LGBTQ people of their rights. A country that every day, and maybe there are days where you may not hear about it because it's not on Twitter, where unarmed Black people are being killed on the streets of their communities all across the country at the hands of police and gun violence. A country where we are literally weakening union power. A country where there's always more threats of war every single day. We are not just living in really dark times, and people say that, and it's true, but we've been here before many times before. And the question that DSA needs to ask themselves is, who do you want to be? We have undocumented people who every day got to change their routes and how they go to work so that they're not stopped by Gestapo ICE. So if you think that you're going to talk to me about capitalism and we got to smash the patriarchy and capital, I get that. Got to do parallel tracks because you live in a capitalist nation right now. I'm sorry to break it to you. So I want to wrap up by saying this. We live in a country that has done horrible and atrocious things to people. No choice. I'm counting on you, DSA. We got to win. Y'all in? We're going to win? Solidarity.
That's all, folks.